Hi guys, me. This is the dark side, or the whole thing is the dark side of the moon today, because it's cloudy outside. There's not a lot of sunlight, and hello, I'm out here in the dark. Anyway, doesn't matter if you can see me or not. I'm glad you can't. Uh, anyway, I got a comment from a viewer that I will respond to, and why do I do? I guess you'd consider it a lot of videos because I'm retired and I ain't got nothing else to do. And if somebody requests a video and I think I can add something that might help them, I'll do it. And on it goes. So having said that, thank you for your comments. Anyway, this comes from an individual that's thinking about living out of their car full time, which is apparently becoming more and more popular. And but anyway, says I'm looking to live out of my car full time in the city for a couple of years. I was thinking about a Prius because it has great gas mileage, but am worried that it can be too small. You're right. There are three options that I'm considering: minivan, a lot of space, medium gas mileage. Large size can be a con for parking and stealth. Prius, small space, excellent mileage, excellent stealth. SUV, medium space, bad gas mileage, medium stealth. What would you consider for full-time living? I am not considering vans and RVs because they are too big, not stealthy, and don't have great gas mileage. Okay, make a video about this. Okay, fine. Be glad I'm doing it. Uh, apparently you've already checked out stealth camping videos on YouTube and all that kind of stuff, and that's because there's a lot of information there on how they organize their vehicle. There's a guy that's living out of his Prius, supposedly, and and there's many other people in different types of vehicles, vans and all that. Van camping, van living is pretty popular. I'm sure you've watched a lot of YouTube videos. Of course, I full-time RV. This is an RV. I've done it for 23 years. I've had little bitty RVs like 17 foot, to 28 feet and everywhere in between. I've had 4 different ones. And I also go camping in my Toyota Prius. I got a 2013 Toyota Prius Package 2. It's got about 45,000 miles on it. And I've been going camping in it for about 3.5 years now, off and on. And the longest period I spent in it consecutively was like 28 days. And I realized then that if I chose to, I could stay indefinitely in the Prius. However, that's camping. Okay, that's camping. That's not living in a city. When you're camping, you can take a shower outdoors and, a lot of things like that. Living in a city, you can't. Okay? So, back to the type of vehicle. Your question is mainly focused on which type of vehicle do I think might be best suited to your purpose. You're right, the Prius is small. Would it work for 2 years? You could force it to work, yes. I mean, you could. You're going to have to come up with some way to shower. Now, I'm not, you might be able to work that out, YMCAs or whatever. Might be places to shower around in your community. Might work out that way. As far as, you can use the Chem wipes and all that stuff. But anyway, as far as the Prius, sleeping in it is okay. You got a little room for stuff, not much. So you'd have to be really well organized. My thinking, though, is probably, the minivan option. I don't know how tall you are, but I looked at a Nissan, let me think, excuse me, a Nissan NV 200, and they are very economical, they're very reliable, and the downside for me is, of course, you couldn't stand up inside of it, and that's one of the things at that time was something I was looking for. But for you, if you're just gonna, if you if you're thinking about using a Prius, then the mini vans, the mini delivery vans, would be a big step up. Would be a big step up for you, and that would probably be, of course, I don't know how old you are or anything like that, but if you're young enough, then excuse me, it's old timers disease. When you get old, that your esophagus narrows and you do these. I'm 71. But anyway, having said all that, the minivans overall, in my opinion, are probably going to be your best choice. Not because of the gas mileage or anything else, but because it would be large enough for you to have enough stuff to live comfortably. I mean, not real comfortably, but marginally comfortably. And you might get by okay. In fact, after 2 years, you may decide to do it for the rest of your life. I mean, once you get organized and you get a routine, then that's all there is to it. Because when I go camping in my Prius, the first day or two, I got to kind of get into it, so to speak. And then once I'm into it, it's just day after day after day after day after day after day after day. You know what I mean? It's just same SOSDD. You know what I mean? And but your thing on the gas mileage makes me raise a question. If you're going to be living in the city, how many miles are you going to be driving, really? And you might want to do a little quick math to just say, okay, I'm going to drive, say, 1,000 miles a month, and see what the actual difference is in cost, and kind of put your mind to rest about the difference for the gasoline cost. Because I don't think, based on that number, 1,000 miles, say 20 gallons, 20 miles a gallon would be 50 gallons. 50 miles a gallon in a Prius would be 20 gallons. So you'd have an additional 30 gallons at $2 a gallon. That's $60 a month. And as compared to the minivan, probably compared to the Prius, you're looking at about $15 extra a month. So it's not really a big deal, but it is something that you are apparently concerned about. As far as the stealth, I can't help you on that. I've never stealth camped. I've had people comment that have and are, and I've watched videos about it, but just because I'm curious as to see how organized they are, because I use those same organizing techniques when I go camping in my Prius. Because if you can live in a car, the things that you've learned, I can benefit from. Okay, one of the things I learned from watching a guy that lived in a vehicle was these organizers that you can buy at Walmart that hang over the seat, where you can put your toothbrush and your hairbrush and little things. You got like 24 pockets on one side, and then on the other side you got the same amount. So you got a lot of little pocket spaces to put stuff. I got it at Walmart for like $6, but it really helps me when I go camping, and it would help you when you go do your stealth camping thing. So what this is, you're worried about that the Prius might be too small. I agree with you. I think it would be. I mean, I know there's a guy doing it. A lot of people do different things, but if you have a choice, and now you do, I think your minivan is your. In fact, you've got it 1, 2, 3. Minivan first. I think I'd leave it there. The SUV, again, the bad gas mileage is correct, and I don't know about the stealth part. You say medium stealth, excellent stealth, and but a minivan, you says, can be a con for parking and stealth. So again, you seem to know how to handle staying out of the eyes of the who. And but something else you might consider doing is, before you make a choice, is kind of find out what the rules are about camping in the city. Ask the police. I guess you could call them. Doesn't matter. Just call them and say, you might be forced to live in your car, and it's going to be temporary, but you just didn't want to violate any city ordinances or rules, and Is there a way to find out what they are exactly in certain areas? And you know, that way you kind of go in with your eyes open. And if you get a shakedown by the guys in the blue coats, you can tell them and say, look, here, I mean, I checked. Here's the rules they told me. I mean, so it gives you an out. You know, I mean, instead of getting a fine for trespassing, they may just look the other way or tell you to move on and that's it, or give you a warning ticket and that's it. So you know, that could save you a little money there. But again, you know, stealth camping in a city for a couple of years, you know, I think the biggest problem, you know, of course, once you select your vehicle, then you're going to have to figure out how to stay safe. Okay, if it's in a city, I think that's going to be an issue too. So, and I'm sure you'll get some pointers on that as you do your research. But again, from my point of view, the Prius is going to be a little small for living in for an extended period of time. That's my own personal opinion. You can check out, go to my homepage on my channel, and there's a couple of playlists. There's two for camping in a Prius, and you might just want to run through those and kind of see how things are organized. You might get a few tips out of that, and you know how to cover the windows. There's different options on covering the windows and so forth. But again, thank you for the comment. Appreciate it. Good luck to you. Stay safe. Thumbs up. Carpe diem. Adios. Bye bye. Oh, I'm out of here.